My child, stop, right now. Just pause. If you think you stumbled onto this message by chance, a random click, a passing thought, then you misunderstand the very nature of existence. This moment, this specific place, in time and space where you stand, your heart beating this precise rhythm. It was woven into the fabric of creation just for you millennia before you drew your first breath. Every silence, every tear, every closed door that brought you here was a necessary step on a roadmap only I hold. You are not a traveler, you are an heir, and you are standing right now, at this very second, on the final, crumbling boundary of everything that has tried to break you. This day is not just another page turning in the calendar, it is a moment stamped and set apart. A sacred intersection where my timeless presence meets your daily weary existence. It is proof that you are still remembered. I watch over you with a care that surpasses human understanding. I have seen the way you carry yourself, the heavy coat of weariness you try to hide beneath a strong appearance. You've been carrying the sheer weight of the fight, haven't you? Not just physical exhaustion, but that bone-deep, spirit-draining burden that even the kindest words can't touch. But hear me, my cherished one, for what I am about to tell you explains precisely why the darkness failed. You were not an afterthought, brought into being to live an ordinary, forgettable life. Never. You came into this world for something vast, something echoic, to reflect a light so powerful it changes the spiritual atmosphere around you. And on this exact day, this carefully selected time, I have placed a mark upon you that no shadow can erase. This is not merely a mark of recognition, it is a mark of sacred safety. It is a mark for rising up, and an undeniable mark to be noticed. The season of being quiet and hidden is closing its door. The exhausting, hard fight that tested your soul is giving way to peace. The time of agonizing waiting. It is finished. I have issued a declaration, a spiritual shift in the very ground where you stand. Your name has been called out in places you cannot see with your natural eye. Because you made the choice, time and time again, to follow me, the unseen machinery of the heavens has begun to turn. Obstacles that felt like immovable mountains have dissolved into mist. Ways forward, once shrouded in fog, are now becoming crystal clear, and a lasting mark has been set upon your spirit. This mark is seen only by the unseen world around you. Can you not feel the stirring deep inside your very soul? This is not a soothing platitude, my child. This is a divine, undeniable spiritual activation taking place within you. Look back, my child. Every question that remained unanswered, every period you were unjustly held back, every door that closed with a jarring finality, all of it was a divine compass pointing you right here to this moment of being personally set apart by me. The untrue, ugly things spoken about you. My covering and protection over your life speaks a language infinitely louder and stronger than any lie. You were not discarded or forgotten. I was not blind to your pain. Rather, I was guiding you down a different, safer road, keeping you secure for this precise moment. I hid your true identity, my child. Why? Because revealing the special thing I placed inside you too early would have put it, and the unique work I am now bringing out through you, at grave risk. This is the profound, beautiful reason they could never truly hurt you. Think of the relationships that failed you, the friends who silently slipped away, the opportunities that vanished just as you reached for the breakthrough. I permitted those departures. What I have entrusted to you is far too valuable, far too sacred, to be shared with those who did not understand its worth. You are unique, my child. Your spiritual uniqueness means you were never, ever supposed to fade into the dim background. Do you feel it now? that quiet certainty, that deep, unshakable awareness. That is me, confirming that every word you read or hear right now is meant solely for you. You felt so utterly exhausted, burdened, not just physically, but deep in your spirit and emotionally drained. That heaviness was the cost of the fight, the relationships that ended as you moved closer to me, the way others couldn't grasp your gentle spirit or the quiet knowledge you carry. These were all signs. Let them be uncertain. Let them make light of it, even challenge you by asking, who do you imagine yourself to be? Because very soon they will witness the undeniable result when I bring someone I have uniquely positioned into a place where they are seen with blinding clarity. A place where no structure, no shadow, no falsehood, and no malicious attempt to hold you back can truly weaken your resolve. You survive things that would have shattered others. That is not luck. That is the indelible evidence that I was actively, intimately involved in your life. And that evidence is being confirmed in the unseen reality right now. This is your moment of turning. I have made you distinct. You are no longer hidden from the world's view, and no one will ever mistake you for an ordinary person again. When I make you distinct, my absolute safeguarding is with you. But your very distinction will inevitably attract challenges. Therefore, you must heed this urgent, loving warning. Do not return to what I led you away from. Do not invite back the turmoil that almost stole your inner quiet. And do not pour your deepest feelings and most sacred energy into what previously stole your calm and your focus. You are stepping onto the path I have prepared, and I am right there, walking with you. But being uniquely positioned carries a seriousness, a profound and necessary responsibility. The power I have placed upon you is not a medal for display, but a tool for creating genuine, lasting change in the world around you. When you use your voice now, situations will fundamentally shift for other people. When you simply walk into a room, the atmosphere will be dramatically different. And when you pray and speak with me, outcomes that seemed impossible will suddenly occur. Why? Because today I have given you capability in a fresh, powerful way. The hard fight is ending now, and the profound reason for your very being is beginning to unfold. The deepest questions buried within your heart are receiving their answers. When will my time finally come? That time is now. When will all this hardship make sense? It makes sense now. Why did I have to go through all of that? So you would be ready for the sacred trust I am placing in your hands in this moment. But grasp this truth completely, my child. Do not misuse what I have accomplished for you. Do not hesitate or delay in following the guidance I provide. Do not allow anything, not a negative thought, not a misplaced relationship, not an old habit, to draw you off the course I have set. What I have put upon you is unique, valuable, and comes with a mantle of responsibility. You are not just recognized by me, you are assigned something to do. You are not merely chosen, you have been given a sacred duty. I see you fully, my beloved, and from this day forward, you are safeguarded in a fresh, irrefutable manner. Have you ever sensed it? That subtle, undeniable feeling that the spiritual air changed the moment you came near. That specific weight or lightness in a space, even before you spoke a single word. That was not your imagination, my child. It was a core truth residing inside you. It was the unique essence that I made you to be, causing your surroundings to respond to your presence. I never intended for you to disappear into the crowd. It was not my design for everyone to immediately embrace you. You were made distinct. Not because you are better than anyone else, but because the path I prepared for you required you to move through life in a completely unique manner. Those long, quiet times alone were not a punishment. They were my strategic way of ensuring your security. Those periods when you felt utterly isolated, when it seemed no one was listening, when relationships abruptly ended. It was not because you lacked desirability or worth. It was because I was actively holding you out of sight. You felt invisible, yet even when you were exposed to trials, I was shielding you while something precious and valuable was taking shape inside your spirit. If others had approached you prematurely, they might have unknowingly stolen from you or damaged the beautiful good I was putting in place. Consider how we handle things of great value. We keep them safe, sheltered, and secured, not left out in the harsh open. You needed that time set apart from others before you could walk the specific, powerful path I have laid out. Now, those periods of quiet solitude finally make sense. The painful departures of certain people were not meaningless. They held a profound, hidden meaning. It wasn't merely people leaving you. It was me, gently, lovingly removing things you relied on that were simply not strong enough for the incredible future coming your way. Your inner self needed that unseen season to grow steady and resilient. You were held separate for your protection, to allow your true self to emerge and build a deep inner resilience. Now that I have guided you through this necessary time of being set apart, the season of being unseen is truly coming to a close. It is time for you to emerge. Do not be surprised when people who previously distanced themselves or paid you no mind now seem instinctively drawn back to you. They might not consciously understand why, but they will sense a fundamental shift in your presence. But pay careful attention, my child. Do not revisit the situations that brought you hardship. Do not try to resurrect ties that I have clearly severed. The period you spent in solitude was not a mistake. It was specifically intended for my divine design. Had you always felt embraced and validated by the world, you might never have searched for the deeper realities of my spirit. Being distinct allowed you to gain a clear, unclouded perspective. And it was in your private, silent moments that I shared insights with your spirit that only stillness can make audible. The resilience you displayed wasn't entirely your own power. It was my intimate nearness, safeguarding and strengthening you. Now, you step into new surroundings, not merely as the person you were, but carrying a calm, unshakable inner firmness, a stable force that cannot be disturbed. This inner power is difficult to articulate, yet it is utterly plain for the unseen world to see. This is precisely why the opposition tried so hard to cloud your mind when you were alone. That is why hopelessness attempted to take root, and why anxiety gripped you in the quiet hours. It was because the shadow recognized what was truly happening. Your isolation was actively preparing you for something enduring and magnificent. You will now understand your true value with absolute, serene certainty. Take a moment, my child, and reflect on the road you have traveled. Do it not with sorrow over the pain, but with profound insight into the ultimate purpose of every event. Every instance where progress felt slow, where you felt adrift, or where life seemed to lack, it was all part of your preparation. I was strategically enlarging your spirit, creating a vast inner space for what was to come, and setting you on the solid ground required for the richness that is now poised to emerge. And no, not everyone will comprehend the path you have walked. But let this be clear, their comprehension is not required. This was not a shared journey, it was a way specifically intended for you alone. As this necessary period of being out of public view ends, you will not need to offer explanations or justifications. The outcomes themselves, the visible evidence of my work in your life, will reveal all that needs to be known. Those who tried to quiet your voice thought they were succeeding. They were blind. They did not understand that I was positioning you for a level of visible prominence far beyond their reach. The people who attempted to lessen who you are will soon be forced to witness the stunning unfolding of your designated purpose. Those who aimed to hold you down will see me, with my own mighty hand, raising you up. This was never about evening the score. I do not concern myself with minor victories or correcting a simple balance. I will elevate you. And when I do this, it will be so undeniably clear to everyone watching that I was the one orchestrating your ascent. This rise will not come through human cleverness or seeking validation, but through my own just, powerful declaration. You are never obligated to defend yourself. Every unkind utterance, every whispered falsehood, every untrue story, I recorded it all. While you remained quiet and kept your peace, I was preparing the final decisive ruling. And in the spiritual reality, the result is determined, pronounced innocent, moved forward, elevated, and set apart for my glorious design. The ones who overlooked you are about to see you appear in a significant, undeniable way, and they will not understand how it is happening. They will not grasp how the person they disregarded is now rising. But you will recall. You will recall the tear-filled petitions made in private, the nights you walked back and forth, unable to rest, upheld only by a quiet inner resolve and your tenacious faith. You will remember the instances where you chose uprightness, when yielding to compromise would have been so much easier. This entire period was prepared outside of public sight, but now it is bursting into view. You persevered through the true test of spiritual maturity, enduring unkind words without reacting, being put aside without surrendering, confronting untrue accusations, yet remaining firm because you stayed faithful during those solitary, unseen moments. I am about to cause your life to have an impact that cannot, by any measure, be ignored. They tried to unsettle your inner quietness, but I have only forged it into a strength. You are entering a condition where inner stillness is not a temporary reprieve, but a deep, permanent ground in your spirit, enduring and inaccessible to disturbance. Matters that once troubled you greatly will now cease to have any genuine impact. Anxieties that filled your mind uninvited are now departing. The fear that once limited your decisions is now being set free. My own divine stillness is now your firm, impenetrable shield, and it is from this safe-centered position of quietness that you will function most powerfully. Some people who stood against you will not even recognize you in this next phase. Your spiritual growth has transformed you so completely that those who only knew your struggles and your weakness will not be able to identify the person you have become. That is perfectly acceptable. There is no need for you to clarify or explain yourself. Let the clear sign of my approval reveal the transformation. What others attempted to weaken is now flourishing. What they mocked is now growing, and what they turned away from is now acting with profound power. Who you are is being made fresh, and your spiritual position is being made right by my own touch. You have absolutely no need to ask for their approval or chase being noticed. The position I am setting in place for your life cannot be acquired by wealth, human skill, or outside meddling. It is yours as a free, sovereign gift from me. You will no longer move forward with a heavy spirit. You won't hold back who you are, trying to conform to the expectations of everyone else. You were never meant to fade into the background. You were intended to stand out, my precious child. And now, that is precisely what is going to happen. This is not a mere comeback. This is a confirmation of your true, original self. You did not simply survive. You were summoned, called to ascend, called to guide, and most importantly, called to be seen. And no design of darkness, no human betrayal, and no past mistake can cancel that sacred summoning. So, hold tightly to your uprightness. Keep your spirit humble. Do not engage with those who are trying to stir up trouble or distraction. They are not your concern. Your rising is, because when I lift you high, my child, everyone will witness it. and absolutely no one can obstruct it. You have wrestled with making sense of yourself, haven't you? The constant weight of feeling fundamentally different from others. The discomfort of experiencing life, joy, and sorrow more profoundly than those around you. The way your spirit grasps matters before your mind can even label them. Listen to me. This was not a flaw. It was a distinguishing mark. A specific signal from me placed upon your life even before you were born. You are not too much, my beloved. You are not too fragile. You are not unpredictable. You are simply selected for a specific intention. Other people told you to reduce your passion, to be less visible, to make yourself smaller to fit their small world. But I formed you with an inner, burning energy that they could not confine. They mocked what they fundamentally did not grasp. Those around you sensed something different about you even before you fully recognized it yourself. What you carry inside caused unease in others because your very presence confronts their apathy and their spiritual ease. That feeling of discomfort they have when you arrive isn't necessarily fear directed at you. It's an internal spiritual signal for them, a nudge from my spirit. You questioned if your thoughts were right, if you had worth, if you truly fit in. Hear this clearly from me. Your mind is sound. I have called you. The deep weight you often feel isn't just anxiety. It is intrinsically connected to the profound reason I made you. The images and visions you keep seeing are directions I am giving you. That inner stirring that keeps you awake isn't confusion. It is me continually preparing you. You feel out of step with this world because your spirit is deeply connected to a different, higher truth. You are not meant to fit in. You were brought forth to be distinct and to actively affect and shift things. You are not like most people because you hold something rare, something that stands against the usual, something that opposes what is hidden. Your clear way of thinking, which you often questioned, operates on a spiritual level others cannot grasp. You fought against the persistent lies planted when you felt vulnerable, lies that said you were broken, unstable, or weak. But those were not the truth of who you are. They were direct, targeted assaults. The one who opposes me tried to confuse you because having a clear, unshakable mind makes you powerfully effective against him. The moment you stop hiding who I made you to be is the precise moment darkness loses its grip on your life. Your unique ability to sense things is not a flaw. It is a sacred warning system I use to alert you. Your capacity for deep feeling is not weakness. It is a profound strength I use for my purposes. You feel things strongly because you are deeply connected to the unseen spiritual world. What others call too much feeling, I call understanding. What others named mood changes, I recognize as spiritual movement forward. You are led by a spiritual compass that others cannot perceive. And yes, this journey has cost you deeply. Some relationships could not bear the weight of the truth you carry. Some ties broke because of it. There were actual forces that tried to block your path, my child. Schemes were plotted against you in the unseen places, things meant to slow you down, confuse your thoughts, and create relentless turmoil inside you. The hard times you went through were not random events. They were targeted directly at you. But what those dark powers did not understand was the absolute power of the moment I had appointed for those I have chosen for a special purpose. Nothing that stands against my will can ever win when the time I have set for your release and emergence finally arrives. And that time is now, my beloved. Every negative word spoken about you is made null. Every heavy load inherited from the past is taken from you. Every single accusation made against you in the unseen realm is cancelled forever by my supreme power. Something has shifted fundamentally in the spiritual world concerning your life, a shift that cannot be undone. The force that tried to tie you down has lost its grip. What kept you bound no longer has any permission or authority over you. You have wondered why this season feels so profoundly different. Why you sense both difficulty and peace, effort and ease. It is because the rules of the unseen world have changed concerning you. You are no longer restrained. You are being launched forward. My precious child, know this well. I do not take away obstacles merely to make you comfortable. I remove them so that you can fully step into the reason I made you. You are not just being set free, you are being pointed toward the doing of your life's work. Every barrier has been cleared so you can move ahead, fully aligned with what I desire, with all the strength I provide, and with the full authority I have given you. This changes everything. When you talk with me, the unseen world answers. When you speak the truth, what holds others bound is disturbed and shaken. When you are somewhere, anything not from me must step aside. You are not merely discovering who I created you to be, you are entering the established position I have set for you. You kept moving forward through hard seasons. You did not get stuck in the difficulty. You continued on, even when it seemed you could not take one more step. Now, having passed through that testing time, everywhere you go, you carry my distinct presence. Your steps declare my purpose. Your words have power against those who oppose, and your very being causes anything not from me to retreat. This is not for appearance or applause. It is the core of my plan. You are connected deeply to my greater eternal purpose. Some of you have felt this quiet urging for a while now. You sensed a strong nudge to go a different way, a feeling that some ties in your life needed to become less tight, an inner knowing that your current place was too small for the vastness I have for you. This did not happen randomly. I was carefully preparing the setting for my specific reason for you to become clear. Not so you would be seen and applauded, but for the sacred work I have for you to do. I am preparing to use your words, the unique path your life has taken, the hard lessons you carry, and even your silent moments to share something vital with many souls. This shift is meant to reach others. You carry a brightness so that others can see the way forward. My beloved one, you have come this far. You are not meant to turn around. You have met and overcome many difficulties. You are not meant to hesitate now. I have led you out of many traps. You are not meant to question the reason I made you now. This is not a time to shrink back. This is my promise for you to expand. The plans made against you are utterly canceled, and you can move ahead with a quiet, unshakable confidence. You do not need to be unsure about the position I have given you. You do not need to explain how you sense things. You do not need to apologize for the spiritual depth I have put inside you, my child. Simply by being who you are, you inherently disturb what is fake, what has no depth, and what is without life. Let others fail to grasp it. Let them see you as less than you are. Let them ignore you, but keep following me. Stay brave. Keep your focus steady on me, for the strength within you does not come from passing emotions. It comes from being truly joined with me. What once took your energy will give way to my Spirit's presence increasing powerfully inside you. And those who spoke negatively about you will be forced to see that I have indeed marked you out. And now they cannot touch you. A new, formidable protection now surrounds you. It is not seen by human eyes, but it is deeply sensed by those in the unseen realm. You are not merely watched over, you are made absolutely safe, not by your own tireless effort, nor by wishing, but by my own sacred declaration, the word of the one who is over everything. From the time you chose to walk my path, even when others did not understand, because of the distinct spirit I placed upon you, you have been under my safeguard. Now, in this time you find yourself, the safety I have placed around you is growing firmer and more sure. The purpose I have laid upon you carries immense weight. Yes, it holds the significance of my spirit, the importance of the work I have given you, and the connection to those who walked before you and those who will come after. But with that great weight comes a fierce holy boundary, a shield so strong that nothing opposing me can ever break through it. Those old worries that used to crowd your thoughts and steal your sleep, they cannot reach your mind now. The heavy, dark feelings that once steered your path, they hold no power over your steps anymore. You are held close. You are covered completely. You are safe from any attack, my precious child. This is the reason you stood firm when others fell. This is why the dark forces did not conquer you. This is why certain destructive patterns stop with your life and will not pass to the next generation. Because I set a sacred vigilant guard within your very being, a guard unseen and unknown to those who stood against you. You were marked as mine in the unseen realm. And now, that sacred truth is starting to show plainly in the world you walk in. Your strength to keep going was no accident. It was meticulously planned by me. Others tried to label you, to box you in, to make you fit their small idea. But they could not touch the truth of who you are, which was beyond their knowing. What I am doing in your life cannot be understood by simple human minds or confined by earthly limits. You are a unique sign of my work, kept safe by my grace, moving forward according to my purpose for you, and entirely surrounded by my nearness. Through your life it is seen that my word is always reliable. Remember the many times the shadows tried to take your quiet heart. Recall the traps you didn't even see, the ties that looked helpful but held hidden hurt, the paths that seemed promising but would have asked you to turn away from what is good. But somehow, each time you were near falling, a hand appeared, a path opened before you. That was not just your own wisdom or simple luck. That was my shield, turning the blow aside before it ever touched you. Grasp this profound truth about the covering over you. It is more than just safety for your spirit. It is my plan unfolding. It is a holy guard that keeps your true place hidden from the old powers that sought to claim you. The burdens that followed your family for generations, they cannot hold you now. You are walking a different, consecrated road. The fear that came in the dark hours, the weight of worry pressing down, the sorrow that stole your breath, I have severed their very root. This change did not come because you tried harder or gave up more earthly things. It came because the moment I set you apart for this season, the enemy's ability to track you vanished. You are not merely set loose, you are kept secure within my light, my cherished child. And now that you are so clearly marked as mine, the signs will become undeniable. People around you will sense something different. They won't be able to articulate what it is, but they will feel it. This is why the fight seemed hardest just before now. The one who stands against me always makes his strongest push right before I lift you to a new level. He thought if he could just wear you down, pull your focus away, or hold you back, he could get to you one final time. But he did not know the strength I placed within you. You have walked through hard seasons and come out with clearer sight. You have met with being let down and found deeper wisdom. You have been pressed hard, and something valuable, a refined spiritual quality has shown itself. That quality is not just a surface thing, it carries my power. You hold a holy light, a light that burns away shadows before they even enter a conversation. A light that shows the truth behind people's actions. A light that calls for truth in the spirit without you saying a single word. And this is why you cannot walk the path others walk. You cannot speak the words others speak. You cannot involve yourself in the things they do. You are set aside by me, meaning I have kept you for a holy work. That is not a limit placed upon you. It is a profound lifting up. Even your quiet times now hold strength. Even your moments of rest carry spiritual meaning, because what I have placed upon you is not just for your own life. It is for the places you go, for those who will come after you. Those near you receive goods simply because you are there, not because you make noise, but because you are marked as mine. Let this truth sink deep into your heart. The one who stands against me cannot touch you anymore, unless you choose to let him in. And that is why you must guard the peace in your heart. Keep your limits strong and use your time wisely, more carefully than ever before. The sign I have placed on your life is precious. The light you carry has been paid for at a great spiritual price. Your willingness to follow me is of great value. Do not spend this precious gift trying to make others understand the covering over you, for they were not given the same calling. And yes, they will not understand you. But let them wonder, let them talk, let them guess. Because while they are looking on and guessing, I am doing my work. I am making a place of undeniable honor for you right where they can see. And when that time comes, what they did to you will simply fade away. Only what you have walked through with me will stand firm. You are not just holding on anymore, you are moving forward, following my path. And that path comes only from heaven. So walk a different way, speak different words, live a different life, because you are not like everyone else. You are wrapped in my holy nearness, set aside, kept safe, and marked as mine for this very season. You did not just stumble into this place, my child. I have led you step by step through hard moments, speaking softly to your spirit until you arrive right here, right now. The moment you arrived, the spiritual air changed. There is something profoundly different about you. You have felt it deep inside for as long as you can remember. This is not thinking too highly of yourself. It is simply knowing the truth. You have entered places and felt the spiritual feeling in the room shift, not because of anything you spoke, but because of the person I made you to be. You have lain awake at night, not from fear, but because your spirit was intensely aware of things others could not sense. And that difference in you, that feeling that you don't quite belong with the crowd, that is the undeniable sign of the work I have for you. I did not send you to disappear into the background. I sent you to stop old, destructive ways of doing things. I sent you to change the course of events, to show where things are not true, and to wake up what has been spiritually sleeping. You do not walk into places the way others do because you are not like others. You are not just one among many. You are one of those I have chosen and set apart. And your being there breaks the hold of patterns that have gone on for many, many years. This is why the one who stands against me works so tirelessly to make you unsure of who I made you to be. Opposition met you early, my child, because those who oppose me sensed that your true nature, once fully known and activated, would loosen their grip on the world. Your spirit coming alive disrupts their work. You felt the world's way sharply from the start, the surface level living, the lack of truth, the constant superficiality. It all felt intrinsically wrong to your spirit. People urged you to soften, to fit in more easily. But that deep unease you felt with what seemed normal, that was placed there by me. You were not meant for an ordinary path. Your purpose wasn't just to pass through life. You were made to shift things, to question assumptions, to help restore balance. The friction you encountered wasn't just random pushback. It was a strong sign, confirming the significance of what you carry. The weight you felt isn't from your own errors, my beloved child, but from the spiritual role I gave you. Your very presence challenges the quiet work of darkness. You stand against apathy. You refuse easy compromise. You bring about profound shifts simply by being the person I made you to be. I called you to hold firm when others bend, to speak truth when quiet would be easier, and to stay distinct even when the feeling of being alone presses hard upon you. And yes, my child, that feeling has been heavy, hasn't it? The loneliness, the sense of being distanced, the way people step back as you draw nearer to me. how your close circle seems to shrink as you align yourself more fully with my spirit. But this is not me or others turning away. It is a necessary process of making you pure. I am guarding the sacredness I placed inside you. Not everyone is equipped to bear the significance and the purity of your journey. You aren't simply intense. You are spiritually aware in a deep way. You aren't just sensitive. You are finely tuned to my spirit and my guidance. You are not too much. You are precisely suited for this critical moment in history. Each time you try to dim your spiritual light, to blend in, to make yourself smaller just to be accepted, your inner being felt the agonizing strain. This is because you were not made to be easily absorbed or overlooked. You were made to be a sacred interruption. Some connections were simply not meant to endure, my child. It wasn't about those people being morally wrong. They were simply not aligned with the trajectory I planned for you. At times, the friction you sensed from others wasn't due to a mistake you made. It was simply that your nature, which moves irresistibly towards truth and transformation, encountered their preference for spiritual stillness and comfort. There are those who claim to seek me, but they do not want the aspects of my presence that call for deep inner change. And you, my beloved, carry a spiritual quality that inherently invites people to look inward and adjust. Your path naturally disturbs old ways of thinking and being. Your presence itself shines a penetrating light on what is not real, causing discomfort for those who are not truly sincere. This is why the spiritual atmosphere around you can sometimes feel heavy. It's not about your personal character, but about the unique spiritual position I have placed you in. I have positioned you in a particular place to announce the end of long-standing, harmful patterns and cycles. You cannot step back from this path. You cannot grow comfortable where you are now. You cannot diminish the truth you live just to be more readily accepted by the world. My precious one, your purpose was never to be approved, but to create genuine spiritual effect. You don't step into a place just hoping to fit in. You step in to shift the spiritual air there. The spiritual resonance you carry awakens what originates with me and deeply unsettles what does not. And even when your voice is still, your spiritual essence speaks volumes. And yes, my beloved child, this journey holds challenges. Others may not grasp you. You might find yourself left out. Doors that seemed right might not open. I am guiding you to treasure my view of you above the approval of others. But your difference from the world's rhythm is precisely what keeps you aligned with my spirit. My spirit is moving within you again, and you feel a stirring deep inside. You notice your inner rhythm shifting. Your ability to see truth is sharpening. Your spiritual sight is expanding. You are stepping into the fullness of the spiritual purpose I have given you. And with this comes a deeper spiritual reach, more weight to your presence, and a greater power to unsettle what is not from me. And the time ahead, you will sense these movements, a quietness settling in your spirit before you enter a place, a quieting moment before you speak, a quiet warmth rising during conversation. Do not hesitate. Do not question these promptings. That is the energy of the sacred task I have given you becoming powerfully active. You are not merely responding with strength, you are stepping into the current of things to redirect them completely. Darkness had its plans, my child, but I sent you. And because you have navigated quiet seasons, endured challenging periods, and followed my guidance even when it asked much from you, you are now moving into a time where your presence itself will offer answers for situations that have been stalled and complicated for years. And this is just the beginning, my child. The pushback you met wasn't aimed at you as a person. It was a direct response to the sacred mark I have placed upon you. The unease you felt from others, how they might suddenly change, withdraw, or become guarded, wasn't tied to your personality, your words, or how you looked. It was about the undeniable spiritual reality you carry. This is a precious sacred mark, one not given easily, but shaped through challenging times of refinement. You have been misunderstood, my child, because people find it hard to tell the difference between human confidence and a task given by me. The spiritual weight you carry is not pride. It is the natural, pure outcome of being prepared. The spiritual atmosphere surrounding your life is not imagined. It is marked by my unshakable nearness. And those who lack spiritual sight will always see this sacred mark through a narrow worldly view. The envy you have encountered hasn't always shown itself clearly. At times, it looked like false kindness, quiet attempts to weaken you, or simply stony silence when you desperately needed support. You felt it, my beloved. The tension when you spoke truth plainly. The irritation when you wouldn't make yourself smaller to accommodate their comfort. The lack of warmth when I lifted you up without needing their approval. Their envy wasn't just about what you had. They were deeply unsettled by the fact that you did not depend on them. You did not need their support to stand firm. You did not need their approval to matter. You did not need their permission to keep moving forward on the path I set. When you walk forward with the quiet assurance I have placed within you, it quickly reveals the spiritual uncertainty others carry. The deep spiritual light you hold was not simply given easily. It was formed through times of crushing loneliness, through the painful process of letting go of your own plans, through private sadness, and through the difficulty of humbly following my direction. An inner strength shaped in this way will always highlight the lack in those who have invested nothing and therefore possess no spiritual depth. Your very way of being brings to light the inner emptiness in some people around you. You don't even need to speak a word. Others sense the core of your steadfastness, your firm stand, your refusal to give up. It shows what is hidden in their own hearts. It forces people to consider where they have compromised. And for some, facing that truth turns into a feeling of resentment. Not because you have done anything wrong, but simply because your presence makes it hard for them to ignore their own choices. This resentment often shows itself as finding fault. Watch those who step away when good things happen for you. Pay attention to the ones who are present during your troubles, but who grow silent and distant when you are favored and promoted. This pattern has been part of your path for a long time. Even when you tried to make your abilities seem less significant, you were still singled out. This is because it wasn't just what you said, but your very spiritual nature that stirred things that were not active. The spiritual essence upon you communicates before you make a sound. And that spiritual essence required a great cost from you. The connections that ended, the chances that were closed off, the seasons of quiet waiting and yielding. All of these were experiences that refined and purified you. The result is this inner light. A light that draws my presence and exposes darkness. A light that grants access and severely limits it. A light that awakens those meant to walk with you and actively challenges those who are not. Therefore, my child, do not ever feel you must apologize for the spiritual light upon you. Do not dim the spiritual light you carry because it makes some people uncomfortable. Just rest in this truth, my beloved. Your journey has been heard, your tears recorded, and your unique purpose is now fully manifest. Be still and know that I am with you.